When we have change, challenges, choices in our world, that creates stress, which combined with the whole and soul is negaholics. We have some changes in our world, don't we, today? Yeah. How many people are familiar with the term VUCA, V-U-C-A? Okay, it's a word that's used a lot these days. It's an acronym, and it stands for volatile, uncertain, complexity, and ambiguity. I'll say those again. Volatile, uncertain, complexity, and ambiguity. Now, there are a lot, you can Google this, and there's a lot of information about the VUCA world in which we're living, where it's required to be on your feet and resilient and responsive and agile and present and being able to adjust and adapt to whatever's happening at the moment. And there's a lot of evidence out there that that's the kind of world we're living in. It's not bad if it's temporary. But if it is the way we live all the time, it's really unacceptable. It creates more stress than the average person can manage because there is no downtime. There is no time to be able to regroup and to be able to restore and to be able to recoup one's energy and to be able to reconnect and reflect. Because that world is so demanding that the person is just focused on externals and never connects with him or herself. Now, will you deal with people living in a VUCA world? Absolutely. Will they have negaholic tendencies because of that? No question. They will. And the reason they will is because the expectations are so high. And they have to show up in such a way that they start doubting themselves, whether they can, whether they have the capability, whether they have the resilience, whether they have the energy or the willpower or the motivation to even go there and be there. In corporations these days, where number one, there's a lot of economic challenges. Number two, huge amount of stress put on employees. Three, the competition is massive. And that's where you come in as coaches. And it's critically important because no person is going to come to you and say, you know, I live in this VUCA world and I'm stressed and I don't know whether I can do it or not and I really don't know if I can measure up. They're not going to say that. They're going to sit down with you and say, so you're a coach. What can you help me with? And they'll look at you kind of testing to see, can I trust you? Can you handle me? Are you big enough and strong enough to be able to handle my concerns and my insecurities and my fears and my doubts? Because I'm in the middle of something, but I don't know if I'm in the right place. I don't know if I'm doing what I was born to do. I don't know if I'm fulfilling my life's purpose. I just don't know. And it'll be up to you to be able to create a condition, a container, a space in which they can be, tell, share, dig, and reveal to themselves their truth. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, but, you know, my parents want this and my spouse wants this and these are the expectations and these are the financial pressures and, you know, I feel like I'm trapped. I'm stuck. I don't know where to turn. And it will be your job to be able to create that safety for them to be able to see what's the first step. What are you ready, willing, and able to do? Because remember, coaching is partly about actively listening. But that's just the beginning part of that trust and safety. And the next steps have to do with doing. Because in coaching, what we do is we help people move from thinking to doing. It's from cogitating to action. And the action is terribly important in the coaching process because if it's all about talk therapy, just talking it out, that's not what coaching's about. Coaching's about doing something different from what they've done before. So they have to be willing to experiment and explore a different behavior than what they've done to be able to get a different outcome. That could be attitudinal, could be behavioral, could be verbal, could be mental, could be a variety of different things. But your job is to be with them in that moment, to be able to help them find, what do I want? What's important to me? What am I willing to do about it? Actionable steps going forward.